this moment of Faith and Fame with AV, and I'm excited to have, they call him the Prince of Sophisticated Soul, who has blessed us over the last 30 years with 24 albums to date. He is a legend in his own right, one of my favorite artists, the one and only Will Downing.
What's going on, man?
I am blessed, man. Appreciate you joining me today as we talk about not only the new project, but I gotta start you off with talking about one of my favorites is Nothing Has Ever Felt Like This. We have what we call a house party weekends on our station, and we play some of the classic music from the 90s, even from the 80s, early 2000s. But that song, man, is one of my favorites. I actually played it this weekend, and instantly the phone lines were loaded up.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say you played it at home and instantly.
No, sir. No, Will. No, Will. No. No, Will. Listen, Will, I have no stories to tell today. It's all coming from you.
Right.
Let me tell you, there are some children today who are thankful to be on this earth because of Will Downing.
Hey, listen.
You have left your mark.
Brother, well, I'll put it to you this way. Long before it gets to you and to the public, it gets tested over here. So
yes, sir.
I got 3 of my own, from songs that, hey, listen to this one. Like, I like that one. Like, really? How much you like it?
Yes, how much?
Right. You like it like you like birthday, like it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, hey, Will, you have to get it in when you can. Is this gonna be a hit and a hit? Because we're gonna make a move tonight. This is gonna be action in moment. We're gonna hit 2 times today. Yeah.
Listen, you said it, I didn't. That's all. I ain't gonna say no, but yeah.
Yeah. But man, let me start off by asking, we're in the midst of this pandemic. How have you been holding up? Because I know this has been an adjustment period for us all. I always say that this pandemic was not invited by us. It wasn't on the schedule. We didn't plan for it, but we do have to deal with it.
Yeah. Listen, man, when it first kicked in, I was like, yeah, we'd be home for about a month, you know. And month went by, 2 months went by, 3 months. I was like, yeah, it's about over. We'll be like, nope.
Yeah.
Like we coming up on a year, man, in March.
Yeah.
So
wow.
In the meantime, man, I just been working, been writing, obviously, with the new project. Just doing stuff. All the lies I done told everyone about, like, yeah, when I had time to fix this, I do it. But I ain't got no time. I was gonna do it, but I didn't. Now it's like, all right, remember that light fixture? Remember that thing? Remember we were going on, like, okay. So yeah, my house looks great. Everything's fixed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much stuff have you fixed? What was the latest Will Downing project? What did you work on last?
Man, you know what, man? We had a throwing out party. Like,
I just had that.
Yeah, man, just realizing, like, man, we got a lot of stuff. Like there's only 2 of us live in this house. Like, how's every closet full? I was like, yeah, I don't need this. I don't need that. I'm just giving stuff away, man. So yeah, man, just stuff like that.
I told him, I said, I was sharing with my friend, I said, man, listen, I think once a month I'm going to be able to donate stuff to Goodwill and several other organizations because, as you said, I ran out of the excuse that, man, I just don't have time to do this. And it's like, God was like, you at home, all you got is time right now.
That's all you got is time, man.
Yeah, and discover stuff that you're not using.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I found 2 of one thing that I didn't even realize I had. I knew about one. I was like, man, these shoes are killing. And I was like, I looked in the closet. I was like, wait, did I put them in the closet? It was like, I bought 2 pair of the same shoe.
Man, hey, we are like, listen, in my living room, if you go in now, I have not one wheel, I have 3 vacuum cleaners. And Will, I'm like, Will, as a single man, I'm like, why in the world do I have 3 vacuum cleaners? And when I cleaned out the closet, I discovered 2 other ones I had.
Man, that sounds like a QVC buy or something like that. That's like one of them things, like, if you buy it now, send you one free.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Better jump on it now.
Yeah. It's like, it looked like a good sale. And now I said, well, yeah, give me some other stuff to donate. Well, listen, I like that you have the brand new project. It's going to be released on January the 29th, The Song Garden. Now, this title, man, take us back into this moment and how you arrived at this particular title. Because, you know, if I think from the biblical perspective, I'm thinking about the days of the Garden of Eden, and I'm thinking about just Adam and Eve. But for you, tell us about the song Garden.
You see me now in my head, right? Yeah, man, that sounds great. Like, yeah. It ain't got nothing to do with it. but I was writing that stuff down. That's cold right there. Yeah, the biblical.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be spiritual, but not that kind.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, that's exactly what it wasn't. No, man, it was. No, man, it was just a variety of songs. I mean, I wish I could make the story a little bit more romantic, or or make me sound more intelligent than what I am. But it was just one of those things where there's a little variety of everything on this album.
Okay.
So we have a song on there called "So Many Good Die Young." So it's a song that is a tribute to young folks that have unfortunately passed away at a very young age, but have done some amazing things for the world. So like when someone passes away, someone already reached out to me and said they wanted that song for someone's funeral already.
Wow.
So it's sort of that. And then we have the new single, which is called Stand Up, which is supposed to be an encouraging song for folks to kind of like, hey man, get involved. There's a lot going on in the world. You can make a difference. I need you to stand up. I need you to get involved. So and of course we got like our Steppers thing that's on there. We got some classic soul stuff. So it's a garden of everything, man.
Yeah.
It's a song garden. But your answer was better.
Yeah, well now we're gonna go, hey, use it. Just throw it in the garden. Just put it
Absolutely.
in there. It fits as well. When you go into this, because a lot of people found themselves in this pandemic really not knowing what to do. But for you, it seemed like not only did you kick in with family chores and duties, but you didn't lose Will Downing in the sense of what you've been gifted with, the writing, the singing, being creative in that moment. Talk about how you capitalized on this moment.
Well, what's crazy is, I mean, minus the pandemic, I've been in this moment, for the last X amount of years. I mean, I have a little studio here at my house, so I've been recording at home forever. I've been recording all of my vocals and bass and guitars and all this stuff here at my crib. So when this kicked in, I was like, oh, well, we just ain't going to work. We ain't going on the road. As far as I'm concerned, Monday through Thursday, Friday, that was my normal week anyway, was being at the crib. And then on Thursdays or Fridays, we jump on a plane, we go to a city, we perform Friday and Saturday, or maybe Sunday, but pretty much be back home on a Monday. And then I'd start work again. So now it's just, I got Sunday to Sunday to work, and to be here at the crib. So it wasn't like this sort of, what the hell am I going to do? I got 2 radio shows. I record, I got, I got everything, man. So hip hop and it don't stop around this joint.
Yes.
The pandemic is scared of me.
It's like, hey, this helps me. I'm just going to work and work on other stuff. And talk about the ability to be able to balance, because like you said, not only, you work and you have your own label, you have your own radio show. And so you're able to balance so much and juggle that. You've been doing this, like you said, over 30 years.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing new, man. It's, you find some family time. You find some work time. It's almost like traditional kind of like 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 sort of working mentality. I get up, I do a series of calls. You and I are talking right now. I'll do a few more later today. I'll jump on, my computer and do my radio show. Then I work on the Song Garden Part 2, and then 7 o'clock, I go upstairs. I mean, me and my wife, we have some dinner. We watch some Family Feud. We pick all the wrong answers. We laugh at Steve a little bit. Yuck, 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 yuck. She goes left, I go right. I go watch some basketball if it's on. Come downstairs and come work some more, go to bed, wake up the next day. It's like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
Just do it over and over again.
Yeah, just being busy, especially today. I know how you mentioned basketball. We think about today. We know that a year ago we lost Kobe and his daughter Gianna. When you think about the legend like Kobe Bryant and the impact that he had on this world, when we say the names like Kobe and greatness, what does that mean to you?
Man, it's funny because he has had the I haven't seen anyone who's had the mentality of Michael since Kobe.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that like, you know, that go get 'em spirit. I think the difference between the two and what he impacted with the world was with his daughter, that father-daughter thing. You know what I
right.
mean? Like, hey man, I'm walking away from the game. I'm gonna be a, you know, I'm gonna be a parent. And everyone kind of says that thing and then
Hmm.
they don't do it. But you actually saw him like really involved in her life, you know, teaching her hoops, taking her places, doing things with her, raising his family. So he made everyone kind of like, yo, man, I need to do a little bit more with my kids and be,
Yeah,
you know, be that father-daughter bond, you
right,
know, and need to strengthen it. So from that standpoint, man, encouraging, you know, good brother, you know, perfect, no, are any of us, you
right.
know, but he left a lasting impact on the basketball world. He left a lasting impact on the world itself.
Yeah,
So, you know, he's someone that you should look up to and to try to be like. You know, we
yeah.
always say be like Mike. You know, younger generations say, hey man, be like Kobe.
Kobe, yeah, yeah, man. When we think about, and I love it, man, not only yourself, I think about the work ethic. And as you just explained to us, just a moment ago about your work ethic and how you're so connected to your purpose. And it shows in your music. I mean, every time
Oh,
that you
thanks, man.
come out with a project, man, it blesses people. Like you said, you've got, even with the song guard, you're covering so many different areas. How do you know, Will, especially as an artist, when you found like that song or when you found like that right messaging to get out to the public?
I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
What the hell
People
knows?
want to know, like, how do you know, when you have a hit? Is it organic or how do you just,
Listen, man.
yeah.
If there was a formula to a hit, everyone would have one. There is no
Mm.
formula. You don't, you do what feels good to you. You try to stay current, with what's going on in the world. You listen to radio to see what they're playing and see if what you're doing is at least, on point with it. You know what I mean? And kind of like, and you be yourself and you do what you do and you just try to write better songs and
Yeah.
try to perform, better performances as far as the recordings are concerned. So you're really trying to outdo yourself every time you do a record. So every time I do something, I'm like, okay, what was the hit on the last record? Okay, well,
Yeah.
let's write a better song than that. Let's sing, let me try to sing a little bit better. Let's do a different arrangement. So the whole key to this whole thing for me,
Mm.
my thought process is be yourself.
Right.
And people will kind of gravitate towards what you do or to what you do. That's how I've made a career, just being consistent. Like you ain't got to follow the trends, man. Be you. They like you for
Yeah.
you. So just be a better you every project.
Man, and that speaks wisdom because they have this new thing with the clubhouse, and I see there's so many aspiring artists who come on, and they're always asking the question of, how do I successfully, navigate through this music industry? How do I become successful in my own right? What advice would you give, Will, to up and coming artists or people who desire to be in the music industry, or how do you even really realize that this is what's for you?
Well, I mean, a lot of people are dreamers. I
Yeah,
mean, that's just the fact of the matter. I mean, even we were referring with sports. There's a lot of people out there that think that they could hoop or they could play
right.
football. But to play on that level, you really have to be at the top of your game. And there has to be something unique about you and something unique that you do that people want. You're not going to make it in this business copying what other folks are doing. It's just not going to
Say that.
happen.
Yeah.
But all the folks that seem to make it these days, I mean, throughout time, I mean, have had unique voices. As soon as you hear them, you could feel the unique spirit, or you hear a unique sound. You know what Jeffrey Osborne as soon as he opens up his mouth. Oh,
Right.
that's Jeffrey. Or with Luther, or like whoever it is, like they're being themselves. They aren't trying to mimic anyone. So be yourself. Everyone practices their craft, learn it, and also realize that it's called the music business for a reason.
Yeah.
There will be no music without the business. So
Yeah.
learn the other aspects of it as well. Because, you know, a lot of times young folks these days, they're giving it away. And it's like, no, man, you ain't gonna be able to make a living doing this if you keep giving it away. So it's art, you know, so learn the art of it as well. So, and practice. And
Yeah.
the last thing, and I don't mean to like rattle on, but
no, you're right.
and,
Yeah.
And the last thing for me, and we can't do it as much now because of the pandemic, but get out of your little bedrooms or your little, you know, and interact with people. You know, if you're sitting at home and you're just singing to your computer and all you're doing is putting it online or putting it on YouTube and looking for likes or thumbs ups or whatever the hell it is, you know, like that's not what being a singer or a musician is. The whole point of being in a band or being a musician or being a singer is interacting with other people. And if you do that, I mean, join bands, do shows or whatever it might be, but then you'll learn really what music is about. Like the bass player might play something that might inspire the guitar player. The guitar player might say something that inspire the keyboard player. The keyboard player might play something that'll inspire the background vocals. The background vocalist will sing something might inspire you. And that's what music is. So when you listen to a real good recording, it ain't cut and paste. It's like stuff just popping up in your ears, left, right in front of you. Damn, a tom came from here. A cymbal came from over here. A bass line came, you know, that's what music is. So interact with people. Stop being social misfits.
Right.
You know, I got one that on my youngest is like that. She's a singer.
Man.
And it's kind of like she plays me stuff and, you know, I go, you know, I think you should, but look how many likes I got. Like, well, ask the Negroes to give you $1. Ask how many of them will give you $1 a piece. See how much money you get.
Yeah.
You know, so
it seems to be just a different, and I guess they're different from our generation in the sense that for some, they find that social acceptance from the likes, from the followers, whereas we were doing it for the art, you know, like you said, the business side as well, to make a lifestyle out of it. But we knew how to interact with people. I hear this argument all the time, Will, and you can speak to this. People say that even today's radio is different. I started in the mid-90s, and they will say the sound of radio is different. It seems like it's one continuous sound. But as you alluded to a second ago, you said you knew when you had a Luther Vandross record. You knew when Anita Baker came on. Everybody had that unique sound. And there's that argument that people say everything sounds the same. What do you say to that? And how do we get to that unique sound? And maybe you've answered that already, but I just want you to circle around to it again.
Well, there's a good and a bad part to the answer I'm going to give you.
Okay.
All right.
I love it.
The good part is the internet. One of the greatest inventions ever. I mean, if there's a great invention, the top 10, it's in there. The greatest invention ever. The top 10 worst invention, the internet. So,
yes, amen, amen in the garden.
The good and the bad. And here's why. Okay, when I started out as a recording artist, and I started out in the late 80s. I started in 88. Being a recording artist was almost like being in a fraternity or a sorority. Like you couldn't just, hey, I'm here. You know, it's like, nah, man, you got to put in some work to get in here. It's an exclusive club. Now, since the advent of the internet, and I'm not saying that it's really bad, but here's what's happening. Anybody can be a recording artist. Anybody just say, well, tomorrow, like, you can record something and say, you know what, I'm gonna put it out. I got my own label and I'm gonna put it out, and I'm gonna go online, I'm gonna promote it. And that's how people are gonna find out about it. So now that we've lost magazines and newspapers and all of this sort of thing, everything is online. Whoever just inundates the public with the most stuff gets the most looks. And it's almost like this, imagine being on a highway and everybody's driving in the left lane. Even folks that have been driving for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years are sitting on the highway with someone who's been driving for 2 hours in a left-hand lane. Like, you don't know how to drive in a left-hand lane. You shouldn't be here. Yeah, but it's open, so I'm just going to do it anyway. And, you know, F you. That's what I want to do.
I'm just getting on. I'm just jumping on. Yeah. Right. Exactly. I got a car. I'm getting in.
Exactly. But it's like jumping in front of an ambulance. You know what I mean? It's like, hey man, move out the way. The ambulance is coming.
Coming, yeah.
So I'm staying in the left-hand lane and I'm going 20. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yes. I gotta use that. I gotta steal that wheel. I'm keeping it.
But it could be my mom in the ambulance.
I don't get it. Yeah.
What I want to do.
Yeah, I'm not pulling over. Forget that.
I'm not pulling over. I ain't moving out the way. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Look at me. Right.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm riding. Well, listen, Will, man, this has been awesome. I'm excited. January the 29th, we'll get the brand new project, The Song Garden. I love that. I love that setup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, we're excited, but just once again, for those who joining us, just tell us, you know, your vision behind the Song Garden and what people can look forward to receiving as they get their hands on this project. Make sure you guys stream it, download it, get it. It's going to be a blessing to you. I guarantee you that.
Absolutely, man. 7 original songs that you will love. I guarantee it. If you are a classic soul, classic R&B music lover, I got you covered. If you're grown and sexy, you need this. If you're young and dumb, just stay away. Don't worry about it. This for grown folks. Grown folk music. Grown folk music. The Song Garden, pick it up. Follow me. I'm Will Downing 3 on Instagram. I'm Will Downing Singer and Will Downing on Facebook. Come to my websites. I'm willdowning.com and also theprinceofsophisticatedsoul.com.
Yes, sir.
You can pick up the product there and download the music as well. Boom.
Yes, sir. Man, what are you looking forward to once we get back to some sense of normalcy, we get past this pandemic? What's the first thing you're looking forward to getting back to?
Coming to see you up close and personal and screw this video stuff, man. Come up to the station and hang out a little bit.
I gotta have it. We gotta do it, Will. We gotta do it, man. Because you know, usually right now when we get through the interview, we taking pictures and getting drops and all this stuff. And
man.
Now we just gotta say, hey, man, stay well.
Yeah, right. Stay safe. You know, wear your mask.
Yes, sir. Man, I can't wait to get it. And I don't know what the next relationship will bring for me, but I'm gonna definitely be playing some Will Downing while I'm enjoying the relationship.
My virgin ears can't handle any more than
And Will, whatever happens, happens from his garden to the next garden.
All we know is a good time was had by all.
Oh, yes, sir. I appreciate you, big bro.
You too, my man. Have a good one.
Take care. Okay.
All right.